How I made a custom vivarium background for a leopard gecko. I got some insulation foam from B&Q and cut that thing up to fit in the vivarium using an electrical knife. I drew where I wanted shelves and space for where my cave was going to go. I snapped more pieces of foam up to make the shelves with, and I cut them up to make them look less like blocks. Using skewers, I stuck them right in to the background. And I got ambitious, so I made side panels, which led to disaster later on. This is me cutting out the shape of Benadryl Cave from Portugal. The reason why I'm basing this off Portugal, or Benadryl Cave, is because I've been there and it looks nice. I did it 3 times and I stacked them up. Here's me hollowing out the cave. Here's me siliconing everything together and onto the background. Getting it pressed. Here's me spraying my spray foam all over the place to make it look nicer. Party break! I cut lines out for a rough guide on where I wanted it to be deeper, and then I cut and I carved. I also left gaps either side for the side panels. And I also cut all the shiny surface off the spray foam. This is it after being cut. From here, I should have seen if it all fit in the vivarium together before grouting, but I only checked if the cave would fit for some reason, even though that would obviously fit inside. Here's my grout. This is it in a bucket. I made it a bit watery, but not too thin. I painted that all on and then waited to do my next layer. I waited a day. I tried doing the next layer with an orange pigment, and it did nothing. Here's me checking if the background fits, but not with the side panels. More grouting. After it dried, I tried mixing water and acrylic paint in a spray bottle, and then I sprayed it on. I wasn't happy with the color at any point because it wasn't exactly like this one picture of the inside of Benadryl Cave. I decided to just paint it with a brush so I could get the color more accurate. I thought it would be good to make the edges a bit redder, but I ended up making the whole thing look like a damn ketchup. I repainted like 3 times and then I gave up. Here's the cave. I painted highlights and brightened it up overall, then left it to dry. So I did my dry brushing techniques, okay? Once done, I finally checked to see if everything fit in, and it did not. So I had to saw bits off, and it looked rubbish. I regrouted the sides, then sealed everything with this thing. It made the texture a bit plasticky, which I didn't like. If I had just used cement pigments, I probably wouldn't have bothered, since the grout is waterproof anyway. But I thought the acrylic paint would seep through, so better safe than sorry. And the lizard was able to climb it still anyway, so it's fine. Now for the insides of the vivarium. I stuck balls at the bottom, and I put a hydro fleece on top for my drainage layer, and I covered it in Arcadia arid mix with some rocks and some sticks that I found outside. I boiled some leaves I found and dried them out, then added them in as well. I bought some plants from Dobies and I put them in. Wow, looking good. I stuck in loads of wood lice and springtails, and I baked some wood from outside and put that in too. And after a few weeks, it was time to welcome the gecko. Here he goes. Wow, look at him explore. For lights and heat, I have a deep heat projector, an LED light for the plants, and a UVB lamp for the plants and the gecko as well. In this build, I've tried to maximize surface area with the background, so there's maximum space for climbing and exploring, and there's loads of hides, and there's rocks to soak up the heat for in the night, and there's wood to climb. Although this may not look like a leopard gecko's natural habitat, I doubt it will be bothered, as long as it is functionally the same. To find out why I had to get rid of the background and put him in lizard jail, follow for more. Hint, it's because he was too small, and I didn't think I was getting a baby. Gecko. Uploading to the database of all things hip-hop.